This is Greg, aka Crazy G from NECR New England Concert Reviews, and I'm here once again, ladies and gentlemen. We have Joakim Broden, lead vocalist for the heavy metal Swedish band SABATON. Hello, what's up and how are things?
Well, of course, I mean, it's pretty much sunshine in Salt Lake City right now, and I had a great day, actually, so I can't complain about nothing at all.
Well, it got even better now that you're talking to me.
Oh, yes.
SABATON is well known by many worldwide. I highly doubt there's anybody out there that doesn't know about you guys. But for those who don't know about SABATON, can you give us just a brief description on the existence of the band?
Oh, well, we've been around since 1999, I guess. Pretty much been touring internationally since 2006, so 10 years now. Damn, I'm getting old. But, yeah, we've been actually putting out albums since, I guess, early 2000s, and it's, as you said, it's classic heavy metal. You can hear a lot of influences, you know, from all of the classic 80s bands in Sabaton. Fortunately enough, there is no other band that sounds like Sabaton.
And I gotta agree with you on that one. You guys are just, to me, it's really unbelievable stuff, and how you put it all together is pretty amazing in itself. Your newest release is titled The Last Stand. What can you tell us about this CD and its creation?
Usually there's a lot of performance anxiety before we actually record it when it comes to writing the songs, you know, but as we went to, I mean, normally we're doing military, you know, stuff in modern times, singing about military history, but when we thought about The Last Stand, which we thought, I mean, I think we started talking about that in 2013, and we wanted to do something. Instantly, when we started working with that topic, we realized we can't stay in modern warfare anymore. So many of the most iconic last stands in history are going to be thousands of years back even. So on this album, we're actually exploring about 2,500 years of warfare. We start in Thermopylae with the famous Spartan battle in 480 BC, and the last song represented on the album, timeline-wise, would be the Soviet-Afghan War in 1988. And so over 2,500 years, and yeah, we're in Africa, we're in Asia, we're in Europe, pretty much everywhere, actually.
Yeah, you are. Amazing the outreach you guys have. Last Dying Breath is definitely worthy of its name. What was the idea behind this track on a musical level?
Oh, I don't know. Yes, a bit of a nod back to, I guess, you know, the classical bands that we grew up with. I mean, I almost get the main riff, I almost get a kind of Whitesnake vibe from it. But just, we wanted to do a guitar-driven track. I mean, obviously there's synthesizers in it, but the main idea is that the guitar drives that song, and we wanted, you know, one of the first tracks on the album to be guitar-driven.
I was blown away by it, and I was blown away by the whole CD. The self-titled track, The Last Stand itself, is, in my opinion, thunderous and what it does for me. It gives me a strong sense of musical and even faith-like victory. Was that your intention with that track? Is that basically the story behind it?
Well, it is about the sack of Rome, when the Pope actually had to escape to another castle outside, you know, the walls of the Vatican. And once we realized that this topic is going to be connected to that song, we kind of over-exaggerated the choral work on it. There's a huge amount of choir work on that, and once you already set that, you know, you set the time period, you set the place, then you can use that to play to the song's strength. In this case, I think we really managed to do it, because you almost get this kind of supernatural, overpowering feel of it, and it sounds, you know, very big and, you know, bombastic.
Another real charging track is Hill 3234. It is hard driving and assaulting. What can you tell us about the making of this song, briefly?
Actually, that's kind of an interesting story. I just got angry and fucking tired of myself, because everything I was writing was a little bit too catchy, a little bit too happy. I got fucking pissed off with myself and just started riffing. And that one, you know, the main riff came out, like, yeah, now we're talking, you know, back to the, you know, hard, you know, old school riffs and stuff. So I sent that out to the rest of the guys, you know, a main idea. I made a temporary, you know, guitar solo, you know, chord progression, and I sent it to the guitar guys. You're like, okay, what do you think about this chord progression, the solos? Let me know if there's anything you want to change. And then I go take a dump, and when I get back, Tobbe actually recorded a solo, because he got feeling, he said. The one we used on the album, his demo he made at home, it was so good, so we didn't change anything, actually.
You mentioned it earlier. Your previous releases seem to capture the essence of being in a battlefield of metal. The Last Stand carries that torch well. What, if anything, did you do differently with The Last Stand compared to your previous releases?
I don't know. actually. I think the main thing I would think about is probably that comes to mind is that we were writing the lyrics later than usual, actually. Not really last minute, but we had another topic planned for this album from the beginning. And then at the last minute, we didn't really feel it. So he changed to the last band. And at that point, when we had to do the research in, lightning speed, we discovered that as we were discovering new stories, basically, we were very passionate about them because that's when you find them interesting. Oh man, I just heard about this fantastic thing that these few people did. And that's actually when you're a little bit more, eager and the perfect mindset to write the lyrics in, because you just found out about the story and now you want to retell it. So that, I would say, would be probably the only thing that's different.
Really interesting. According to the band's website, it states, we released our new record entitled The Last Stand on August 19th through Nuclear Blast and have entered the top 10 of the world charts on a fantastic number 6. This result shows that Sabaton are more successful globally than ever before. And then you have, you come in Sweden, Finland, Switzerland, Czech Republic, number 1, Germany, number 2, Austria, Poland, and many more. What would you say has attributed the huge success of Sabaton?
Well, I think it's not, only to us, but when it comes to sales, I think it goes not for, just our fans, but any metal fans. Sure, there are being less albums sold globally, but it seems like most of the people who are actually still buying an album now and then are the metalheads. So I think there is a reason why, metal bands, not only us, starts to chart higher and higher and higher. It's not maybe because metal is coming back as, it is for sure, but not as strong as, the sales figures would suggest. I think actually a lot of that is down to metal fans being loyal and not using the Pirate Bay discount all the time.
Well, I'll tell you, you got some of the most loyal fans in that genre because you guys, I'll tell you, you really have a strong following from what I see. Even here in the U.S., you may not rank that high compared to Sweden or Finland, but I've noticed you guys have been on an uprise the past few years here, and, you really haven't slowed down.
No, we're really happy about that because it was a slow start for us. I don't think we had a proper release here until 2010 or 12 even maybe. Well, manufactured, CDs in the US, and we did our first tour here properly in 2011 supporting Accept. So as usual, once you're new to a place, it takes a long time. So we were a little bit disconcerted at the first couple of years, but now as we're on the road now with Trivium, we can really see that things are moving along, and there's a lot of people coming out. I'm really happy that it's finally catching up a bit.
Well, no, and hey, that's good. Sometimes good things come to those who wait. I wanted to ask you about Sabaton Open Air Festival. What can you tell us about this event?
Well, as many things with Sabaton, it's an idea we had or a solution to a problem. And in this case, actually, we wanted to do a release party for our album, The Art of War. And the only place we could really get was a small pub. And we wanted to do something cooler and bigger. But there were no proper venues. Nobody would want to book us. So we just did a festival ourselves. Because, we wanted to do something fun and wanted to play in front of more than the 200 people that the bar would hold, So
right.
The first one was an event with 1,500 people. It was us, some other bands we toured with, and, younger bands that we think deserved to be seen as well, even though it didn't have much chance in the middle of Sweden, a small town. So we started doing that, and that's pretty much what we're still doing, actually. This year was the 9th anniversary, and it was the release party of the last band. But now it's about 5,000 people per day instead of a one-day festival of 1,500. It's a 3-day festival with about 5,000 every day.
Obviously, that has grown for you guys over the years. That's with your solid following. You are presently with Nuclear Blast. What's this relationship been like for Sabaton?
Well, so far so good. Otherwise, we still wouldn't be there. No, I really like him. No matter if you meet with the people in the American office or the German office, honestly, it's, 95% of the people working there are metalheads who actually care about what they're putting out. It's nice to see, we had some issues with a special edition of our album. It was supposed to ship with a tank, and what happened was once they got their hands on it, they thought that it wasn't, really cool or beautiful or quality-wise keeping up to the standards. They just, without even, sending it to us, just said no. And mailed every fan and said, we do deeply apologize, but what we got was not up to the standards you could expect. With this edition, we're going to give you some extra goodies that they sent to everyone who ordered that edition then. And I kind of love that instead of just shipping away something substandard, that you actually actually own up to it, apologize for the delay, and compensate people, and then, do it again and do it right.
I totally agree with that thought process, for sure. That's how you win your fans over. You're honest with them, and you say, here, thanks for being patient. That goes a long way today, believe it or not.
Yeah, I think it goes longer these days, actually, because pretty much there's not that much you can actually trust in anymore. No matter what you buy, these days you can almost expect it to be in a beta stage rather than a finished product, no matter if it's a phone or a car somehow. I don't know how it came to that, but it seems that way to me at least.
Sabaton looks as if they're finishing up U.S. tour and then heading out to hit the world. Were there any shows so far on this U.S. tour that stick out more than any other? And is there anything you're looking forward to the most with the world tour?
When it comes to the U.S. tour, I can honestly say almost every show have been really good, but if there's one that stands out so far, I think it would be the show in Denver with Trivium. Was fantastic crowd. I couldn't believe the crowd reaction. Also, of course, the San Bernardino gig we did in California 2 days ago. It's a bigger festival though, so that's always nice. A little bit of beer and metal in the sunshine. Could be worse, I guess. When we're talking about the upcoming tour, that's pretty easy and short answer, actually. I'm looking forward to the main part of the European run because we're touring with Accept at that point, and that's one of my favorite bands.
Accept, great band. Always love those guys. It's good to see that they're back.
Oh yes, fantastic, man. Not only were they good, I think what they're putting out now is fantastic as well, which is cool.
Lastly, is there anything else coming up for Sabaton you can share with us here at New England Concert Reviews and the Sabaton fans that we might not know about?
Well, we're pretty open about things in general, so if it's something, I could share, then we probably already did it. And if we haven't told you, it's probably better if it stays a secret.
That's totally fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Joakim Broden, lead vocalist for the heavy metal Swedish band SABATON. I want to thank you for calling in here to NECR. I wish you the best on the rest of this U.S. leg, and you hit the international tour. I wish the best for you with The Last Stand. I hope you guys keep nailing this stuff out. Seems you're getting better and better.
Well, thanks, man. I'm happy to hear.
All right, so, keep on rocking, keep on putting out that metal, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
You too, man. Bye.
That was Joakim Broden, lead vocalist for the band SABATON. I am Greg, a.k.a. Crazy G, from NECR, New England Concert Reviews. And don't forget, SABATON, Last Stand. Check it out. I'll be back again. Have a good one. Peace.